So although this card is a little lackluster, this one should be pretty interesting between Kyung Ho Kang, aka Mr. Perfect, as he takes on the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ace Rani Yahya. Rani Yahya is 27-10-1. Mr. Perfect coming in at 17-8, but Mr. Perfect has a nearly perfect UFC tenure. I mean, his only losses, one was a split decision to Ricardo Ramos. That was a super close fight. And the other was a unanimous decision to Chico Camus very early on in his career. So other than that, he's just picked up win after win. He often wins split decisions, which is pretty fascinating. He's coming in off two straight, right? One against Killer B Brandon Davis, and the other against Lu Ping Yuan. So pretty impressive wins right there. But we know that the ADCC champ Hani Yahya is obviously trying to get this one to the mat. He said earlier this week that he's hopeful to break the UFC submission record with another patented finish on the ground against Mr. Perfect in this one. So who do you think's going to win this bantamweight throwdown? It looks like the odds makers are slightly tilted in Mr. Perfect's favor, but Hani Yahya is appearing pretty confident despite that plus 120 spot. Who you got, Mr. Perfect or Hani?
Yeah, I think people are sleeping on Mr. Perfect. I don't think they realize why his nickname is Mr. Perfect. It's because this man is perfect. He's gonna get the job done. It's gonna be, I think, light work. Now, if it hits the mat, I will be concerned, but I think he's got the skill set to be perfect on his feet for the night. I'm calling fight of the night already. I think this is the banger of the buck. People are sleeping on this card. Card's kind of uneventful, not really much of a banger of a card, but usually those you underestimate and then they outperform. So I'm still watching this whole card, and I think this is gonna be one that nobody's gonna want to miss, or they're gonna see the reruns because it's gonna be fight of the night. But yeah, Mr. Perfect's getting it done. I think Yaya is donezo.
Yeah, this one should be interesting. And, Tapology is rolling with the technical underdog in this one, Hani Yahya. 67% think that he's going to be able to get this one done. And majority of it is Copper. They think that the submission is what he will pull off. But if you look at Kyung Ho Kang, this isn't a dude who's easy to submit. He's never even been submitted on out of his losses before. So obviously, Hani Yahya brings a different degree of BJJ, but it's not like Mr. Perfect is some slouch there, and I'm with you. I tend to agree that Mr. Perfect's going to get this one done. I think he's going to have the skills necessary to keep this one standing, and if it does stay standing, then I think Mr. Perfect is just way more well-rounded of a striker than Hani Yahya, and I ultimately like Mr. Perfect by decision in this one. So, do you think Mr. Perfect's going to get a finish in this one? I mean, only 33% of Tapology is rolling with the homie Kyung Ho Kang. And only a slight sliver is brown. So, do you think Mr. Perfect might be able to KO Hanayaya?
Yeah, I think he's gonna get the KO. I'm with that little sliver. I think it's gonna be later in the rounds, but I could definitely see it. But if not, it's still decision is the higher probability, and Mr. Perfect's gonna get it done either way, decision or knockout.
With you all the way. Again, we're in the Tapology minority, but same with the Meatlock, and that's absolute lock stonk. So, nonetheless, we're both going with Mr. Perfect. I think he's going to win by decision, but if Meat calls the Mr. Perfect finish, then that would be a hell of a slap to take to the grill. So, don't forget to slap that Meat at the bottom right corner and check out the other vids.